Hey guys, my name's Richard Preen, and today I want to talk to you about doing stuff that energises you. Especially creatively, but actually it's really important to do stuff that energises you across the board. Seeing people that energise you. We all have it where we do stuff and it's like, oh, I feel knackered after doing that. Or, oh, that was so boring, or that was really difficult, and you come away feeling drained. And then you don't have any more energy left to do other stuff. You know, like commuting, completely draining. And I know the thing is, I know I'm talking about things that some people can't, you know, there are some things in life that you have to do that will drain you. So I'm thinking in terms of creative work. I know they talk about this in sort of entrepreneurial circles, where it's like, okay, if it drains you, delegate it. Give it to somebody else. But if we sort of zoom out a little bit and look at the work we do, if we don't have the ability to delegate, or the budget to delegate, how do we go about all this stuff, like producing videos, if we're approaching it with the idea of what energises you? And for me, the thing that energises me is producing the videos. I find editing so draining. So what's the approach? Don't edit. Great. Writing music. I find composition, the whole process of writing and creating the music, I find that incredibly energizing and exciting. I find mixing and mastering exhausting, so boring. So what do? No, I don't not mix and master, I just spend way less time on it than maybe other people would recommend. And the result is this. I write a piece of music, mix it, master it, and I come away feeling energized. Hey, I can write another piece of music. Like these videos. This is the third one I've just recorded in a row. Because they energize me, it excites me, and all of a sudden this idea of like me creating stuff and talking about something that I know you think, and I know you're thinking of, and I know relates to you, excites me. I know I'm going to press stop at the end of this recording and be like, right, what can I do next? What can I do next? And that's the thing. That is a bit of an issue of mine, in that like I will write a piece of music, write another one, and I just won't be able to stop because it's so exciting. A little bit like eating jelly sweets or sweets as a kid, you know, of like 1, 2, 3, before I knew it, I was, you know, wolfing down whole packs. Admittedly, this is this whole project here, The Quiet Whisper, in video form, is something that also scares me. Like this, right now, you know, recording in public, admittedly around the back of a building, but I find it a bit scary. But there's something energizing about that. There's something exciting about that. I think it's really cool. So again, and you know, I'm going to take these back and I'm not going to edit them. I might chop the start and chop the end, but that's it. Upload, done. And you go, okay, well, what about uploading and all the meta descriptions and stuff like that? Well, if you find it draining to sit there writing out like exactly what you cover in the video with a good description and all the links, have most of it as a template and just write a line. I talk about this in the video. Or some people don't even put a description on their videos. It doesn't matter. So much of this stuff doesn't matter, and we think it matters. Yeah, it can matter, and it can have an effect. But what really matters is the energy that we emit when we're creating. And this excitement I'm feeling right now is going into this, going into the film, well, I say this, there's a little mic here. That's really important, that energy, that excitement. It feeds you and it feeds the content. That's why sometimes you pick up on people's energy when you're consuming their content. And I'm not talking, when I say content, I'm not just talking about YouTube videos, I'm talking about music, I'm talking about art, whatever it is. In fact, all creations have an energy that are given to them by the creator. And I know this is getting a bit woo-woo for some of you, but it's what I believe. We're all essentially made of vibrations, so why wouldn't we give the thing we create the vibrations of us? Anyway, like I said, I'm going all woo-woo. I'm going off topic a little bit. But it's just so important to do work that energizes you and excites you. So I've made quite a lot of mistakes in my career, which is perfectly normal, perfectly natural. And one of the things that really kind of got me was the times when I've pursued work for the wrong reasons. Because I thought it would get me in cahoots with a publisher, or I thought it would get me more views, or would earn me more money. And because I was approaching it with this external goal, not my goal, it didn't excite me. So I stopped. Or I started doing well and resented it. This stuff, producing this content, this video content, producing the podcasts, which is the other stuff I do, and producing my music, they excite me and they energize me. And here's the thing that's really important about it. The positive energy you put into it, that you get back out of it because it energizes you, keeps you moving forward. Because you will, along the path of creation and sharing, along the path of creating, you will find that you will come up against obstacles. That obstacle might be that no one watches or listens to anything you produce. And if it excites you and energizes you, that really doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, if your goal is to earn a living from it, probably does matter a little bit at that point. Then I'm going to go woo-woo again. Then I'm going to be like, okay, if you let go of the goal of money and just focus on, know that that's going to come to you because you're taking action on the stuff that energizes you and that is true to you, and that stuff, that will happen. Like in Wayne's World, if you book them, they will come. Or Field of Dreams, whichever one I personally go to the Wayne's World reference. So that energy that you get from producing stuff that excites you will get you through the dips. It's kind of like when you cycle. When you're cycling on a flat, yeah, that's pretty easy. And then you realise that you've been cycling on the plateau of a hill. And then you start going down the hill and you can see that the hill goes down and then goes back up. And the momentum that you build going down the hill carries you most of the way uphill. And that's the same here. The momentum that you build doing the projects that excite you carry you uphill, carry you up those times when it feels harder, when it feels more like a slog, when it feels more like a struggle. Because the times when I haven't done stuff that energizes me, but I've produced stuff, when it's got harder, I've just been like, don't want to. Because it doesn't excite me. It doesn't energize me. It kind of drained me. Finding out what energizes you is a pretty simple idea, really. You just take a mental note to yourself. After I've done this thing, see how I feel. So some of these videos, I come away feeling a little bit drained. Not because it's actually draining me, but because I start to worry about what I've said. And that's the worry is the drain. If I let go of that worry, then this excites me and this energizes me. So you do need to kind of be mindful of what it is that's energizing you, what it is that's draining you. What excites me about this is that I can share my experience of having been a professional composer for over a decade with you. Like today, I can say to you, don't do the projects that don't excite you. And I'm not saying that means you say no to everything, but the choice is yours to focus on the stuff that really excites you. Because what happens if you put your energy into stuff that doesn't excite you and you become insanely successful doing that? And everyone just wants you for that stuff that you don't like doing. It's like, no. And you know, let's say you decide you want to become famous for, or at least a publisher comes to you for some hip hop stuff and you know, hip hop beats. So you start producing these hip hop beats and you're really good at it. And you produce a ton of it and you get so successful that people are asking you left, right and centre for hip hop beats. Yeah, that's pretty sweet, but the whole time you've been doing it, you've been feeling drained and tired and resentful of doing that, because what you secretly want to do is write classical string quartet music. So once you get the success, you go, right, I've got freedom now because I'm successful. I'm going to pursue a career of classical string quartets. When you could have been doing that right then. And yeah, I'm aware that there's like this whole balance of earning money and, wait, that's it. No, balance of earning money, producing stuff that you enjoy, something that gives service to the world. You know, what's that? Ikigai, is that what it's called? The Japanese thing? Where it's like stuff that's of service, that's helpful, that you enjoy and that fills you with purpose or something. I can't remember what it is, but... And I think, yeah, if you can do the stuff that excites you, that's energizing you, and sharing that with the world is the gift for the world. If it energizes you to create string quartets, share it so that we can be of service to the rest of the world. Share the beautiful things you create. Right. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and you're a legend, and I will see you in the next one.